Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. It's me, Mariana, and today I'm here to share with you another video about cleaning. This time I'm gonna show you how I clean my home every single week, and this is more like a once in a week thing where we do a very deep cleaning of the house, especially during this time of quarantine and this kind of thing. It's important to maintain your house very clean and very disinfected. So that's basically what we do every week. So I always start with my room, and I usually do my bed because it's the biggest thing in the room and also the easiest part. So I start with the easy and then I go along and do the harder tasks. So now I'm just going ahead and picking everything that I left from the days before. I was doing some crafting projects, that's why it's so messy and so dirty. So I always start by picking everything up and putting everything in its place, and then just making sure all the surfaces are clean. I also decided to leave my study material on top of my table because during this quarantine time especially, the thing that I learned is that you need to motivate yourself to study, to work, to do whatever you need to do. Otherwise you're just gonna go and sit and watch a movie, watch Netflix, or do nothing because it's easier and also more fun. So you have to find ways to motivate yourself and keep going, and that's what I do. I usually just make sure my table is set, my materials are over there, and I'm ready to go. So this is how my room turned out. This is pretty quick, usually it's 15 to 20 minutes to do. I usually go ahead and also use a vacuum cleaner, but this time I thought it was not necessary because it was not that dirty. Next, I decided to go ahead and clean and organize the living room. This is the space my mother uses to work. She's currently working from home, so she has a little setup on the table that she uses as her office, and we also use the table as our dining and also lunch table. That's why it's so messy. It has lots of things, rests of food, and it's kind of dirty. That's why I decided to start with the table, especially because I want to make sure that I have nothing on the table. This way I can clean the rug and also the floor, and there will be no rests of food falling from the table or anything like that. I didn't want to move my mom's office out of the living room for cleaning, so I decided to just set it down on the floor on the little corner over there instead of picking it up and putting it in another room. Then I decided to pick up the crumbs and rests of food that were on top of the table, and I always use a very specific cleaning product to clean glass, and I also use a little soft cloth to make sure that the glass doesn't get scratched or anything like that. Next, I decided to use a hard broom to take all the excess dust and dirt that was on top of the rug. And this is my cat Lila. I don't know why she decided to jump on the table. She usually doesn't do that, but for some reason she really wanted attention that day. Anyway, I was saying that usually you have to clean the surface of the rug and also under the rug, because the dust, it first gets on top of the rug, and as you walk along the rug it gets pushed to the bottom of the rug. I also used the vacuum cleaner to clean all the dust from the living room, but this time I decided to first finish the job with the brooms, and then after I would use the vacuum cleaner everywhere in the living room. As you can see, we have a lot of dust under the rug, and this is the dust accumulated in only 1 week because we do this process every single week. So as you can see, it's a lot of dirt and dust, and we are currently 5 people living in the same house and also a cat. So depending on the amount of people that you're living with and the pets and things like that, the amount of dirt and dust is gonna be different. But overall, I would really suggest that you deep clean your house every week or every 2 weeks. The process of using the broom and then the vacuum cleaner usually takes about 1 hour for this specific room and the office as well, but it depends on the size of the room you're working on. And you don't have to use the vacuum cleaner and the brooms. It depends on how much time you have and how much energy you want to put into cleaning your house. I just prefer to do it that way because I can see exactly the amount of dust that I'm taking out of the rug and off the floor when I use the broom, and then I can more easily pick it up with the vacuum cleaner. But if your house is not that dirty, there is no reason why you have to use both of them. And we're back here with my cat. She decided to lay right on top of the clean laundry. And usually what we have to do to avoid that is just fold the laundry exactly after it finishes drying. This way she doesn't sit on it, it doesn't get all the hair on the towels and clothes. But this time we forgot to do it and she took profit on that and decided to lay on it. Anyway, my cat is currently shedding because the winter just finished here and she's starting to grow some summer coat. So I decided to also use the vacuum cleaner to clean out the chair she usually sleeps in, and it was very dirty. By this time my brother decided to help me, and of course my cat also decided to enjoy the day, and she was just laying there. Usually she ignores me when I call her, but whenever I don't pay attention to her for a long period of time, she'll go ahead and annoy me or call me or something like that. Anyway, after I was done with the brooms and also the vacuum cleaner, I decided to go ahead and pick up everything that was around the table and around this part of the living room. So my living room is divided into two spaces. This one is the space for social gathering and things like that. And the table was quite dirty, so I had to use the vacuum cleaner on it as well. And the other side of the living room is the dining space. So now I'm here on the office. The office is not as bad as the living room. Usually we only use this space for watching Netflix or playing video games, and I don't play video games very often, but when my boyfriends are here, I always watch him play. Anyway, I did the same thing as I did with the living room. I started with the brooms, first with the hard one on top of the rug, and then with the soft one under the rug. I used the soft one because the rough one, the hard one, can actually damage the floor because the flooring is made of wood. So I prefer to use a soft broom instead of the hard one when I'm cleaning the floor. And then after, I just used the vacuum cleaner to make sure everything was clean and also to pick up any dust that I didn't take out with the brooms, and just to finish the job. Last thing here in the office is to make sure the couch is good and the cover that we use on the couch is well positioned, because it always gets out of place when we sit after a long time because we keep moving and it keeps moving as well. So I always have to do this, which is not a big problem, but it's kind of annoying after some time. And the last thing we did was to work on the kitchen. The kitchen was not dirty, it was only very messy. So the only thing we had to do was to pick everything up and put in its place. Usually the kitchen is very messy because we are 5 people and we eat a lot. So we always make food and we always eat in the kitchen and stuff like that. That's why it gets so messy. And usually every week we take all the chairs out, the table out, all the rugs from the kitchen, and we really clean and disinfect the floor of the kitchen. This day I didn't do this. What we did was basically to pick up everything from the kitchen, and then I cleaned the table and my brother cleaned the island. And that was pretty much it for the kitchen. And now you're gonna see the final result of the house. This is the living room, like I said before. And one thing that also happened that day was that my parents went to grab a couple of groceries, and always when they go out to buy groceries, they come back and the first thing they do is take a shower, make sure the clothes they were using outside are put in a specific box to be cleaned, separated from the other clothes. And also we make sure we disinfect all products that came from outside. This is very important during this time. I know it has been a long process and we still have a couple of months to go, but we have to keep doing this to keep ourselves safe. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you did, don't forget to leave your like. Also subscribe to my channel. I'll be posting more videos about cleaning and also organization. I also have a couple of videos about studies and stuff like that. So if you're interested in that, make sure you check my channel out. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye bye!